Welcome. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at this Adelante solar rechargeable camping lantern. So this is provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon. And if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So let's get this open. So here we have the lantern. We also have a USB Type-C charge cable and a carabiner. So here's the manual. We have the different parts. It has an RGB side light, spotlight switch, solar panels, battery indicator, input output, side light switch, handle, LED spotlight, 1/4-inch tripod screw hole, carabiner. It's made of ABS and polypropylene. Light source is LED. Has a rechargeable battery with solar panel. Has different lighting modes. It has 4 lighting modes: low white light, medium white light, high white light, strobe. Short press to switch to choose the modes from low to high. Long press to turn on the strobe mode. So if it's in any mode for more than 8 seconds, when you press the switch again, it will turn it off. So that's a nice feature. You don't have to cycle through the modes to turn it off. Then it has the side light. It has low yellow light, medium yellow light, high yellow light, and then RGB mode. Short press the switch to choose the modes from low light to RGB light. In RGB mode, short press the switch to stay in the color you want. Press the switch again to continue changing RGB color. Long press the switch to turn it off. It says USB charging. This product is designed with USB input equipped with USB cable to allow for quick and convenient charging. Green indicator strobes when charging. 4 green indicators keep on after fully charged. When the voltage is lower than the protection voltage, the indicator strobes. Solar charging. Put the lantern in sunlight. The red indicator light is on and start solar charging. So this can also work as a power bank. So let's take a closer look. So this has a loop handle on it. It almost seems like leather, and that loops through to the side. So if you're hanging it, you can have it like this. If you have it on the side, you can hold it like that. So one thing to consider if you're solar charging, you'd want to make sure that is up all the way. And when you angle this, you want to make sure the sun can hit that solar panel. So you could also move it out of the way like this. So I just inverted it and pushed it to the side. So to charge it, we open up the charge port here. We have USB Type-C charging, and then we have USB-A, so you could charge your phone with this. So you could charge this with pretty much any phone charger. So I'll plug into this, and then I'll plug into my charger. There we go. We're charging at 1.06 amps. So this also has the solar charger. Now any device that has batteries and a solar charger, I always recommend charging it up with USB, like say before you go camping, and then during the day set it out somewhere where it can get the solar charging. But what I wouldn't do is if this thing had no charge on it, take it out and set it in the sun for a half hour and expect it to work all night. But I like to use the solar panels to help maintain the battery as opposed to relying on them 100%. So this has the different buttons on the side. So I'll turn off my camera light here, and this would be the side light. So I'll press it once, turn it on, press it again. That's a little brighter yet. And now we're in the RGB mode. So this is switching colors. This color is not coming through on my camera very well. You can kind of see them there. And then I can press it to lock that color in. I'll press it again. It'll start the color back up. Press it again to lock it in. Then I can hold this down to shut it off. And then on the other side we have the spotlight. So I can press that and we have this light here. So you can see it. I'll press it again. I turned it off. Okay, let's try that again. So I'll press it a second time and a third time. That's the brightest mode. And then if I hold it down, it will strobe. So there's the strobe mode. So if you had an emergency, you could turn that strobe mode on to get attention. So when I press this and it shut it off, that was that shut off mode where it will shut off after 8 seconds. So it also comes with a carabiner. You could put that on your leather strap here to hang it, like so. So I'm going to charge this up and I'll run some tests on it and then I'll come back and give the results. Okay, so I ran some tests. I ran the battery down on this and then I put it out in the sun for the day and then I brought it back in and I turned it onto the low lantern mode and ran it to see how long it would run. And the first time I did it, I got 1 hour and 23 minutes. And the second time I got 1 hour and 39 minutes. Now it's mid-October where I live and there's not as much sunlight during the day. And also the sun is coming down at an angle. Now in the summertime, you'll have more sunlight and the sun comes in at a higher angle. So this will charge more in the summertime. So as I was saying before, you wouldn't typically want to expect this to just be completely empty on charge and then throw it out in the sun for a couple minutes and have it charged to run all day. You really want to charge this up before you say go go camping, and then during the day set this out on a picnic table or something and let it kind of top off that charge. So it will extend the charge of it. So I did say the sun was coming down at an angle, so actually this handle, depending on how you positioned it, wasn't blocking the sunlight, although I did kind of fold it back because as the sun moves, it could end up blocking it. So if you're setting this on a picnic table and going hiking for the day and weren't going to be able to monitor it, it's nice to fold that handle out of the way. So I did a couple other tests. I charged it up in between each test. I ran it on the high mode and I got 12 hours and 18 minutes. On the medium mode, I got 22 hours and 34 minutes. And on the low mode, I got 31 hours and 12 minutes. So the low mode is adequate for many tasks. So if you're using this in a tent and you just want to use it to get ready for the night, you might only have it on for a few minutes. So you can get many, many days out of this, especially if you throw it out in the sun during the day to charge it, that will extend it. So if you're going on a weekend camping trip and you want to use this in the evening to prepare food, on the high mode you can get 12 hours, so you get 2 nights of running for 6 hours each night. Now if you charge it during the day, you're going to add a little bit to that. On the medium mode, you could run it for 11 hours each night and even more in the low mode. Now I didn't test the runtime on the Spotlight. I'm guessing most people won't run the Spotlight for an extended period of time. You might use this if you're, say, walking to a bathroom or on a hike or something. But if the lantern got 12, 22, and 31 hours, I'm guessing this Spotlight would also get similar results, or you'd get many, many hours out of this Spotlight. Also, I forgot to mention this does have a tripod thread on the back, so you can put this on a tripod or a clamp mount. There's all sorts of mounts that will thread into a 1/4-20 thread, so that makes this very versatile. You can put this on a stand and aim it at something, or you can even get like clamps and things to hook onto this. So now I'm going to shut the lights off completely and we'll check out those lighting modes. So I have the lights off. There is some ambient light coming in from behind, but it's pretty dark here. So I'll turn on the side light. Okay, and here's a piece of paper, and I can read that, and my eyes would probably get used to that, so it'd be easier to read, but I'll hit it again, and now it's a little brighter. That's easier to read. I'd be pretty comfortable reading that. And then that's on all the way. So if you're doing more precision work or something, like if you're using this as a work light to, say, diagnose a problem on your furnace in a utility closet, that bright mode might be the one you want. I'll press it again. We'll go to the RGB mode. So this would just be for decoration, and you could leave it on this cycle mode where it's just switching through, or you can press it and lock it into a color. So I'll hold it down to turn it off. Then I'll go on that spotlight mode here, and you can see the spotlight mode actually lights up the side light just a little bit. But on here, even on the low mode, super bright, easy to read this piece of paper. And on the high mode, it's actually too bright to read on that mode. Of course, that's not what that mode's meant for. So now I'm going to point the camera at the wall. I'm 4 foot away from the wall, and we'll see the light that's cast by the spotlight. Okay? So here's the low mode. So you can see there's a bright spot in the middle, and then there's a larger spot around it. I'll do medium mode, has the same thing, and same thing with the high mode. So if you're searching in the woods for something, that middle spot is going to project far and be very bright, but then you have the light around it to see what's around the area you're searching for your peripheral. So there is a little bit of banding here between the different intensities. I just wanted to point that out because if you have an application that requires an absolutely even light, this may not be the best choice. But for most people, I don't think that's going to be a problem. So I do want to point out that you can't use both lights at the same time. So if the side light is on and you press the lantern on, it will shut that side light off. This will stay off until you press it a second time. It will turn that on, and then I can press the side light and it will turn off, and then turn the side light on. So you can't use them at the same time. So that's the Adelante solar rechargeable camping lantern. I like that this lantern packs a lot of functionality in a small size. You have that side light and the spotlight on it. It also has that solar charging. So this would be great for camping. It would also be great for emergencies. So if you're having an extended power outage, you could use this at night and then throw it out in the sun during the day to charge, and that will help extend your charge on it. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.